50 kilometers northeast of Mexico City lies Teotihuacan. This was an ancient empire city with a population estimated to be over 125,000. The city is thought to have been established around 100 BC. The name Teotihuacan was given by the Aztecs centuries after the fall of the city. The Pyramid of the Sun is the third largest pyramid in the world. The Pyramid of the Sun is found along this avenue between the Pyramid of the Moon and the Ciudadela. Teotihuacan was developed according to a strict plan. The streets are positioned at a right angle in accordance to the main avenue, the Avenue of the Dead. The avenue is about 2.5 miles long, and it was quite a hike in the heat. Walking towards the Pyramid of the Moon, on the right-hand side we pass the Puma mural, reminding us that this was once a colourful and vibrant city. Very close to the Pyramid of the Moon is the Palace of Quetzalcoatl, the Quetzal butterfly, believed to have been built about 250 AD. I think this is where the priests and high up people lived, priests of the temple. This is the inner courtyard with its stone relief columns of birds. These are part of the gateways that form the entrance to the main rooms. The rooms surrounding the courtyard have a porch, and you can see the remains of decorations at the bottom of the walls. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's very cool in here too. This is a place dedicated to panthers and plumed creatures. The Palace of Quetzalcoatl was built over an older structure called the Temple of the Feathered Conches. This is its access. This is the place that's sacred to panthers and feathered snails. We missed seeing the Ciudadela with the Temple of the Feathered Serpent and also the museum, but a lot of these artefacts were at the National Archaeological Museum. This is the little restaurant we come to for lunch. Nobody else is here, but it's very pretty, just next to Teotihuacan pyramids. Uxmal is about 80 kilometers south of Mérida. We stayed at the lodge very close to the ruins. This place was so relaxing and serene.
Pero desde ese día cambiaron los tiempos del mañana.
We woke up early to have breakfast and tour the ruins in the cooler part of the day. Our guide, Jorge, was Maya and very interesting. The temple is an elliptical pyramid with the front steps at 45 degrees and the back ones, where the high priests alone entered, at 60 degrees. The Mayas disappeared around the 9th or 10th century AD for some reason, maybe drought or a revolution that wiped out the upper classes. Part of their religious ceremony was the human sacrifice of a commoner.
plus one on each side, which makes top 10, which represent the top 10 levels of the heaven, called in Maya Uxmal and Chichen. You see how the east and the west building got exactly the same level because it represents the earth. When you see the flag, it used to be also in the middle a column, it's a part of the column that's on the left, which symbolizes the axis of the center of the water. Because the elite in those days, to maintain the power, they manipulate people. How the players, they use something like a bat to hit the ball. So the rings, they are much lower because in Tikal in Guatemala, which is considered the cradle of the Maya civilization, there are frescoes, and you see how the Mayas, they use protection around the elbows, around the hips and the knees. Calcium, nitrogen absorb a lot of water. That's the reason that we have so much vegetation in the little earth.
Do you get a lot of rain?
Yes, we have about 40 inches per year.
What I can see
in the restoration. And there are lots of friendly iguanas here also. The elite ruling classes controlled and manipulated the others. When the Spanish discovered this spot in the 15th century, there were only Maya commoners left. Linda Scheel has written about the site and the history of the Mayas in her book Maya Cosmos, 3,000 Years on the Shaman's Path. Chichen Itza was once the centre of the Maya Empire from 750 to 1200 AD. On the trip there, we passed a lot of typical Maya houses. It was extremely hot and there were a lot more tourists than there were at Uxmal. El Castillo, also known as the Temple of Kukulkan, dominates the centre of the site. The branches of this tree form a cross, a symbol sacred to the Maya. Chichen Itza's ball court is the largest known in the Americas, with seats for spectators on either side. In the 1400s, people abandoned Chichen Itza to the jungle. This is known as the Venus platform, and it's highly decorated. Sompatli, also known as the Skull Wall, was dedicated to the cult of the dead. And this is the Temple of the Warriors. This is Uxmal, the much venerated god of rain. The city's only permanent water source is a series of sinkhole wells, also known as cenotes. Like this one we visited close by, called Uxmal. Bad luck we didn't have our bathers with us because we could really have done with a swim.